Is your relationship real or is it just texting? Be honest. How much of your relationship actually happens through texting? Do you wake up, immediately text your partner, send good morning messages, check in all day, and then say goodnight over text? But when you're together in real life, something feels off. Maybe you don't know what to say. Maybe conversations feel dry, or worse, maybe you barely talk at all. If that sounds familiar, you're not so alone. Many people today fall into what is called the text trap, the relationship built most entirely on digital messages, where everything seems great over text, but in real life, something is missing. And if your connection exists mostly on your phone, here's the hard truth. It's not a real relationship. In this video, we're breaking down why digital-only relationships are a huge problem and how to recognize if you are in one, and most importantly, how to fix it. Let us get into it. Why do so many people rely on texting instead of actually talking? Reason number one, texting feels safer. Texting gives you the time to think before you respond, which feels great because it takes away the pressure of real-time conversation. There are no awkward silences, no immediate reactions, no need to be vulnerable in the moment. But here is the problem. In real relationships, those silences, reactions, and spontaneous moments are what create true emotional depth. Avoiding them means avoiding true connection. Reason number two, it's more convenient. Texting is easy. You can do it anytime, while watching Netflix, during lunch, even while you're out with your other friends. But the convenience of texting makes it easy to be lazy about communication. If all of your conversations are happening while multitasking, you're never actually present in the relationship. And when you're never fully engaged, your emotional connection suffers. Reason number three, we avoid deep connection. Texting allows us to filter our emotions. If a tough conversation comes up, we can ignore it. If someone makes us uncomfortable, we can change the subject. If there's conflict, we can ghost instead of dealing with it. But by avoiding uncomfortable conversations, it doesn't make the problems go away. It just delays them until they become too big to ignore. So action step, if you notice that texting is doing all of the work in your relationship, challenge yourself to shift important conversations to real life interactions. So let's talk red flags, like signs your relationship is too dependent on texting. How do you know if your relationship lacks real world communication? Well, here are some major red flags. You struggle to hold conversations in person. If texting feels natural but face-to-face interactions feel forced or awkward, that's a major sign your connection isn't built on real chemistry. You need to have deep talks in text, but surface level in person. If you pour your heart out in text messages but avoid the meaningful conversations when you are together, you're not building emotional intimacy in the way that really matters. Most of your dates happen over the phone. If you feel closer to your partner when texting or FaceTiming than when you're physically together, your relationship is more digital than real. You solve conflicts over text but avoid them in person. If an argument happens over text, then suddenly everything is fine because someone sent a cute emoji. That's not resolution, that's avoidance. So here's an action step. Start paying attention to whether your relationship is different in person than it is over text. If you struggle to connect face to face, it's time to make some changes. So how do you fix a text-dependent relationship? How do you shift from text-based relationship to a real deep connection? Here is how. Step one, start small with in-person conversation. In most of your emotional conversations, if they happen over text, start introducing them in person. Like next time you're together, ask something simple but open-ended, like, hey, what's been on your mind this week? Or what is something that you are excited about lately? By practicing deeper conversations in person, you're building comfort and confidence. Okay, step 2, limit texting during the day. Instead of sending constant streams of messages, send fewer but more meaningful ones. Save deeper discussions for when you are together so that you actually have things to talk about in person. Step 3, schedule no phone time when you are together. Try this. When you are on a date or hanging out, put your phones away for at least 30 minutes. Having that uninterrupted time to connect face to face will completely change the way you communicate. Step 4, move conflicts into face-to-face discussions. The next time an argument starts over text, stop, say, hey, let's talk about this when we see each other. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable at first, but it will make your relationship stronger in the long run. So real life scenarios that we can have for practice. Let's talk about how to actually put this into practice in different situations. So scenario 1, you realize your relationship only exists through texting. What do? You should call them instead of texting, suggesting hanging out. If they always avoid in-person interaction, that is a red flag. Scene 2, you want to turn an acquaintance into something more. What to do? Instead of relying on text, invite them to a low-pressure group activity. Building comfort in person means making deeper connections likely. Okay, scenario 3, you get rejected and it sucks. So what do? Don't let it destroy your confidence. Rejection doesn't mean you are not worthy of connection. It just means that particular connection wasn't the right one. Scenario 4, you want to get to know someone deeper. What do? Well, start asking open-ended questions. Observe how they treat others, not just how they treat you. Okay, final call to action. The no text challenge. Here is your challenge for this week. Go one full day without texting your partner. If you need to talk, call or meet up instead. And afterward, reflect. Did it feel different? Did it feel more connected or awkward? Drop a comment below. I want to hear how it went. And here's a call to action. Listen to the Senior Year Game Plan podcast of mine, where we cover communication skills for relationships, life, and work. Use my Mastering Social Skills for Career and Life flashcards. They have daily prompts that'll get you into better conversations. Take relationship building courses on Udemy or Coursera to build strong communication. It's not just for dating, it helps in every aspect of your life. Hit like, subscribe, and comment, and don't miss next week's episode, How to Improve Conversations with Your Partner. See you next time.